Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Isn't this a beautiful background here? This is such a beautiful park and a lot of friendly people out here. So I really inspire you, you, come on out and go outside somewhere, find some place to go, and make sure though that you do protect your skin, from the sun, and like, because it is still hot out in different areas, and make sure you drink plenty of water. And anyway, not only that is I want to make sure that you're being kind to yourself, and how about be kind to the ones out in public. A lot of people in this park has been very friendly, and so we need that. A lot of people need that. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to be that change that we need to see in the world. So anyway, besides giving my videos a thumbs up, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget, you can leave me a message down below, beep beep beep. Plus you could share, and you could check out my playlist. You never know what the heck Starlight's going to talk about next. And also you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. And don't forget the notification bell like Starlight almost did. That way you do not miss any videos. So today I was going to do a different video, but I need more time to get it ready. So I decided, hey, I'm going to make this quick video here for tonight. So anyway, I decided to talk to you about, people who watch the news. Do you watch the news? Well, this is so important because I did talk to somebody the other day, and they were letting me know that they were watching the news, and they said, oh my, it's really scary what's going on the news. And that is why Starlight does not watch the news, is because yes, you're going to hear a lot of scary stuff on the news. And you might be an adult, right, like watching this YouTube video. Hang on, I gotta just angle this a little bit over more. So I gotta slide over here in the center. I got this bar between my legs down below. So anyway, so this is why I wanted to talk to you today, how important this is. A lot of times when parents have children, all the parents are different. I know I was different when I was younger. I didn't know any better as far as what to let my children watch. And I am amazed because the way my son is bringing up his son, and my daughter-in-law, I can't leave her out, and how my daughter was bringing up her son as far as what they should be listening to or watching, when it comes to, like nowadays, it's not just a TV like the square box that I had when I was growing up. Now they got flat screen TVs, smart TVs, they got, computers where you can watch movies, they got laptops, they got, desktops, they have cell phones, they have other devices out there that the notebook, I think, also tablet. I don't know. There's probably other devices out there where you can watch different things on a screen somehow or another. And I know when I was brought up, our family watched all the old TV shows on TV Land. So we watched Bonanza, I'm trying to think, Daisy Duke with the Dukes of Hazzards. We watched all kinds of the old shows, Leave It to Beaver, The Jetsons, grew up with Scooby-Doo, So those were all right in those days. And I Love Lucy, can't forget her, and Bewitched. So those are, but see, in those days though, there was things that I was watching that were really not that good for me, like and I Love Lucy, I believe, and other old shows. Is that some of those shows actually had where people were smoking cigarettes, so that was not a really good thing for little children to watch, because then they're gonna, even if your parents don't smoke cigarettes, you're actually bringing it out on your, and I didn't think of this when I had my kids, so it's just something that I thought of now, like if I was going to do things all over. And we really can't really, you know, lock up our kids where they'll never see a person smoke cigarettes, because then when they're out in public, they're going to see definitely people all over smoking cigarettes or vapes, so it is hard to bring up the kids in a good way in a world the way it is. And I had been there, like long time ago, when I used to go to this cult church, but it was too strict. We didn't have any rights. Our free will was taken away. But I just wanted to make this video is, what are your kids watching and how old? Like a lot of times with movies, they will have, different like PG, rated PG. Then there's other rated movies for different age groups, so they're saying, hey, your child can watch this stuff here at this age group, and these kind of movies here, rated R. I think there's rated R, PG, different levels, and depending on how old they are. I used to do surveys a lot, long time ago. I mean, like, I spent a lot of time doing surveys. So what are your children watching? Are you just like, hey, it's just too much for me because I won't be able to watch anything because I got to sort everything out, and now I'm always stuck watching kid stuff, at their age. And yes, that could be very difficult. And, at every age level, there's different things that they can watch or shouldn't watch or whatever. But what about the news? Do they ever have anything on the news that says, the news, maybe your children should not watch this because it will get them depressed and it will get them to be afraid? And, because I just did talk to somebody the other day that they said, wow, it's a lot of scary, and they know I don't watch the news. They know that about Starlight. I don't watch it because not everything that they put on the news is 100% correct. So you do have to be careful when it comes to the news as far as what you can handle and who you are as a human being. And I haven't watched TV in a long time, like a couple of years now. And I do watch videos on YouTube to help me, things are helping me out. I watched a little bit of The Matrix not too long ago, but it's an educational, and that's as real, that was a more real than fake. There's a lot of movies that they create to kind of give you little hints of what to really look out for as far as the future goes and what to expect. So it's those hidden messages that they have. And even with the news, there's some people out there that they can read between the lines. They know, okay, they're just out there trying to scare everybody again like they did with COVID. But, some people, you might be one of these people. Are you the type of person that always has got to hurry up to your TV or, maybe on your devices somewhere to hurry up and watch what happened this week in your town and your area to keep up with the news? Some of you, so some of you do. You wanna. You're like, it's like a addiction of I gotta find out. I gotta be on top. I need to know these things just in case something happens in the world. I want to know about it, and be prepared. And isn't it something how they repeat the same stuff over and over, and they replay things over and over again on the news. So that is the big huge problem in this world, and that's why there's different people in different dimensions, because we are multi-dimensional beings having a human experience. So with that means that we are multi-dimensional, so we can be in different dimensions. So we could be, in the third dimension, which that's where a lot of people put all of us at, is a low frequency, the fear frequency, a low vibration. And some people are starting to let that go because they're not believing the bullshit that they've been fed anymore. They don't want to hear the lies on the news anymore. They're tired of being lied to, and they're tired of the negative energy that they get on the news. And when I grew up, we watched what our parents watched, whatever they watched, until at a certain age. Then if the parents weren't in the house, we were able to watch whatever we wanted, but that was at the age of 15. So if you have kids, are you, do your kids watch the news with you? How does that affect, and it does, the news affects everyone. If you're watching it, I used to watch the news a long time ago, and I was so depressed. I wasn't doing everything right at this time because I didn't know any better. I learned later on the do's and don'ts as far as a family. So I was going through depression, a really deep depression, really going through some hard stuff at the time. And I would sit in the living room and watch the news right at dinner time. My kids would sit in the kitchen, with themselves, and eat their dinner because they weren't going to make a mess out in the living room. So every night I would cry watching the news because I couldn't handle the negative energy. So, and that's where they want you, is they want you at a low vibration, a low frequency, the third dimension, where you're always afraid. You're hearing the stuff on the news and you're like, oh no, now what are they talking about? Just like when they had COVID, is that really shook a lot of people up. And a lot of us, not Starlight, because I had a mentor that really helped me to get through that time, is we believed everything that they said. And we, I can't say we, but you might have been one of those people that when they started talking about the injections, you might have been one of the first ones out there trying to figure out where to get that injection, to make sure that you weren't going to get COVID. And especially if you had health problems, or depending on your age, and then they had different information out there with COVID, the ones that had to, if you had, certain health conditions, to protect yourself by hurrying up and getting the shot, which then we realized the injections were a joke, really. Did they work? I didn't feel any positive vibe coming through my phone. They did not work. I had so many people that took those injections, and they were taking those injections. They were right on time with those injections. And when they said, you got to get the second injection, woo, they were out there getting that second injection because they were afraid. They believed everything they were told from the news. And the reason why I'm making this video is your children watching the news, because the news can really cause a lot of emotional problems with anyone that watches it. So like I was depressed and I was crying all the time. I'm eating my dinner and tears are just rolling off in my food, and I'm just eating it away and crying. And then I realized, what, I'm like, this is not helping me out. I needed to get healed at that time. The news wasn't helping me to heal myself. It was bringing me down a spiral, bringing me down to a lower frequency. So, you can rise to a higher dimension. The love frequency is up here, and that is by letting all this stuff go, letting go of all that negative talk out there. And a lot of those things on the news isn't even, truthful stuff. So you got to be careful and not to fear. If they say, I just heard the other day of some kind of pox that they are coming up with as to, like a world emergency thing is to watch out. It's been going on for a decade or so, but now, it's hard to say if they're going to try to start, getting people scared about that, just like what they did with COVID. So please, don't trust everything out there. And like COVID was a test, like, so really be cautious when they try to, on the news that they're going to tell you that there's some horrible thing out there, and they're going to repeat it and they're going to drill it in your head, keep on drilling it in your head, keep on getting it brainwashed you with all these fears and negative frequencies. And you might be an adult watching the news, but what about your children? What are they going through? I even was in a hospital before where a man, he was hearing stuff that was going on and it would really get him upset. So, everybody handles this stuff differently. I just want to make sure that you're thinking about your kids and, their well-being. And even just like social media, they're having like lawsuits with Facebook about how it affected their emotions and their well-being. So you definitely, all the children are all different, even though they might all bleed red, that there's some people that are more sensitive than others. So you really got to think twice. Should your kids be really watching the news when it's on? You might think, oh yeah, I'm educating them about all this stuff in the world, but what is it doing to them? Are they trusting, believing that we can be the change that we want to see in the world? Are they believing that the world's going to get better? Or are they just, going to believe that everything's going to go downward and there's no hope in this world? So it's so important to, should your children really watch the news? Is it safe for them to watch? And I don't believe that they do have anything in the beginning of the news to let you know that maybe your kids shouldn't watch the news, because it's not going to make them feel positive. It's not going to bring them up to a higher frequency, like a love frequency. A lot of times that news is a bunch of negative information and not always true. So you really want to protect your family from the kind of things they watch, whether it's the news or like anything out there, like movies. So anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And don't forget the notification bell. Plus, you could share my videos, and you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. I love you so much, and this is such a beautiful background. So really think twice about the kind of negative information your kids are getting, either from the computer, or the news, or how about you? Are you being positive in the reality? Are you bringing that kind of low vibration in their minds, thinking that this world is at an end, the system is crashing, but there's a beginning, there's a whole new world of 5D, which is the, 5D here, 3D here, so you can teach your kids that they don't have to stay at that low frequency. You got to build them up and get them to believe in themselves, and let them believe that that this world is going to change. But first there's going to be there's always going to be a dying, a ending and a beginning. So anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight. Love, light, and